Now we will study about the effect of catalyst on rate of reaction. This is last topic in chemical kinetics. So children, we should know what is catalyst. So catalyst is the substance which alters the rate of reaction. It may enhance the rate of reaction and it may decrease the rate of reaction. So here if you see this reaction where decomposition of potassium chlorate gives potassium chloride and oxygen. So if this reaction is carried out without using any catalyst, then it requires the temperature range of 673 to 873 Kelvin. Now if a small amount of MnO2 is added to the reaction mixture, then the same reaction is carried out at 473 Kelvin and at much faster rate than earlier. So now the question is, what catalyst does during the reaction, or what is the mechanism of the reaction? There are different ways to explain the role of catalyst, and the most common and the most popular way is the formation of the intermediate complex. Now what happens when the catalyst is added in the reaction mixture? Suppose this is the reaction where A reacts with B to form product AB without the use of catalyst. Now once the catalyst C is added, suppose, then the catalyst enters into chemical reaction and it forms an intermediate complex, and then this intermediate complex, which possesses the property of both reactant and product, then it decomposes to give the product, and catalyst is regenerated at the end of reaction unchanged in its mass and composition. So if we observe the energy profile diagram of this catalytic reaction, then if you see how the potential energy changes with the progress of reaction, suppose this is the potential energy, this much of the reactant A and B, and the reaction follows this path that is represented by this blue line. This corresponds to threshold energy in absence of catalyst, and then the product energy is this much, and delta H is the enthalpy change during this reaction. Okay, this reaction is taking place when the catalyst is absent. So now you see the energy of activation is this much. This is threshold energy, ETH, and this is average energy of reactant molecule. So this difference is called as energy threshold. Now once the catalyst C is added, suppose, then you are seeing that catalyst provides an alternate path. So this is represented by red line here, an alternate path to the reaction and lowers the energy of activation. And we know if the energy of activation is lowered, then the rate of reaction get enhanced. So this is how catalyst works. The presence of catalyst provides an alternate path of lower energy of activation and enhances the rate of reaction many folds, and lastly it gets recovered unchanged in mass and composition. Now characteristics of the catalyst. First is they are highly efficient in their action. It means we can enhance the rate of reaction by increasing the temperature also. But there are limitations to increase the rate of reaction by increasing the temperature, because after some times if we further increase the temperature, then reactant may tend to decompose. Now, but the catalyst can enhance the rate of reaction many times. So that is, and a small amount of catalyst can catalyze large amount of reaction, because every time it gets recovered at the end of reaction unchanged in mass and composition. So this can we can say that they are highly efficient in their action. Highly efficient means a small amount of catalyst can catalyze large amount of reaction. Now another characteristic of the catalyst or catalysis reaction is that catalyst cannot initiate the reaction. It means catalyst can enhance the rate of only such reaction which has self-starting power or ability. So it cannot initiate any reaction, but it can enhance the rate of reaction which can take place of its own. Now it does not alter the delta H and delta G of the reaction. As you were seeing, the value of delta H remains the same even in absence of catalyst and in presence of catalyst, because catalyst does not change the average energy of reactant or product. Simply it lowers the energy of activation. It provides an alternate path of lower energy of activation. Now it does not disturb the equilibrium. Suppose any reaction is reversible, then the catalyst enhances the rate of forward as well as backward reaction to the same extent, and the equilibrium is attained at the same point, but they simply hastens the attainment of equilibrium. So that's why they do not disturb the equilibrium point. Now we will take the next topic here, that is collision theory of reaction rate. What is this theory? Actually, according to collision theory, the reactant molecules must collide with each other to cause the chemical reaction, and the number of binary collision per unit volume per second is called as collision frequency, because for collision to take place there should be minimum of two molecules like A and B. So this is called as collision frequency. In a gaseous reaction at the normal temperature, the collision frequency is very high. It is 10 raised to power 25 to 10 raised to power 28. और अगर हम ये माने कि ये सभी कोलिजन्स इफेक्टिव कोलिजन्स हों या इन सभी कोलिजन से प्रोडक्ट फॉर्मेशन हो, तो रिएक्शंस मोमेंटरली कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, जबकि ऐसा होता नहीं है. सो दिस शोज दैट ऑल द कोलिजन्स आर नॉट इफेक्टिव. Now the question is, why all the collisions are not effective? So there are two types of barriers to a reaction. One is energy barrier or energy factor, another is orientation factor. What is the energy factor? Actually, for every reaction there is certain minimum energy requirement, that is called threshold energy, and only a fraction of molecules which possess this energy, then that fraction of molecule will cause the effective collision. So fraction of molecules which cause the effective collision is represented by this equation, F equal to e raised to power minus EA upon RT, this formula. Now you see here in this case, this is the fraction of molecules which have necessary energy of activation at particular temperature. So if the molecules are having energy of activation, then if they are colliding, then their collisions will be the effective collision. Means when they will collide, the bond will be broken, atoms will be formed, and reaction will take place. Suppose this is the reaction, A reacts with B forming the product. So the rate of reaction is equal to ZAB into F. Actually, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to F, fraction of effective collision. This F is also called as Boltzmann factor. So this is the fraction of molecules having energy of activation. So rate of reaction will be equal to ZAB. Actually, Z is here collision frequency. So this remains constant till long the temperature remain constant. So this rate of reaction equal to ZAB into F. Now if you substitute the value of F from here, fraction of effective collisions, so then this takes the shape of this equation, K equal to ZAB into e raised to power minus E upon RT. So this is valid for most of the reactions where the structure of the molecule is simple or where spherical molecules are participating in the reaction. But as we know that molecules have their complex geometry, complex shape. So when this equation is applied, in most of the cases we notice significant deviation from the determined rate and observed rate of the reaction. Now it means that there are certain other factors which must be looked into. Now that factor is called orientation factor. It means that at the time of collision, the reactant molecule must be properly oriented. If they are not properly oriented, even though they are having the energy equivalent to threshold or greater than that, then their collisions cannot be effective if they are not properly oriented. ठीक उसी तरह से suppose two vehicles are coming very fast, but at the time of collision, if they apply the brake actually and they use the steering, now they are colliding sideways, then the damage caused will be very less. So even though if they are having the energy and they are not properly oriented, means when the collision is not taking place on head, then the damage caused will be very less. So similarly, when the molecules are not properly oriented, then their collisions will not be the effective collisions. In order to understand this, so let us see, suppose this reaction is taken where bromomethane reacts with hydroxyl NaOH to form methanol and NaBr. Now this NaOH is the source of nucleophile, that is hydroxyl. Now if the bromomethane and hydroxyl both are oriented in this manner, then no product formation takes place, because the nucleophile as well as this substrate is not properly oriented at the time of collision. So here we have this bond is polar, so here we have Br minus, it will repel the nucleophile and no product formation takes place. But if nucleophile comes from backside and make the attack on this electron deficient carbon, that is center for nucleophilic attack, then the product formation takes place and the reaction passes through transition state where the nucleophile is approaching the center and already attached this Br is moving away from this reaction center or attacking center. So as soon as OH is completely attached with the C, the Br will come out. So here in second case, the molecules are the reacting species are properly oriented at the time of collision, so that's why product formation takes place. So we should keep in mind that there are two types of energy barrier. One is energy barrier and another is orientation barrier. So even though the molecule is having sufficient energy but they are not properly oriented, so this cannot account for the observed increase in the rate of reaction. So to account for the orientation factor or steric factor, this is also called a steric factor. Steric factor means when the path of attacking species to the reaction center is free, it is not much hindered, then that factor is called as steric factor. If it is hindered, then we call that the steric factor is more. So now the equation of the collision theory gets modified as K equal to P into ZAB e raised to power minus EA upon RT, where P is the probability of proper orientation, this is the collision frequency, and this is the part of the collision frequency which is causing the effective collisions. So now if you compare this equation with the Arrhenius equation, that K equal to A into e raised to power minus EA upon RT, then this A is frequency factor. And what is this frequency factor? Actually it is this A is equivalent to this P into Z, that ZAB, that is A is the frequency factor which measures the frequency of such molecules that are properly oriented at the time of collision. So this is the equation for obtained from the collision theory. Now we will do one question for a certain chemical reaction. The variation of log of R with respect to time is given. Here natural log is used. Now what is the order of this reaction? So it is clear from this graph that log of R is plotted with respect to time. So this is first order reaction. This is first order. Now second, what is the unit of rate constant for first order? So as you know that this is per second. give the relationship between k and t of, as we know that k is equal to 0.693 upon t half. And what is the slope of above line? If you see, the slope will be equal to minus of k. And then if you draw the log of r, so if you draw the log of r naught upon r with respect to time, so this will pass through the origin. This will pass through the origin. Straight line will be obtained. So this graph will be obtained when we plot this one. Thank you.